What if I told you that some SUV engines are so bulletproof, so incredibly durable, that they routinely run for 300,000 or even 500,000 miles without needing a rebuild? What if you could buy an SUV today and know with absolute certainty that the engine will outlast the rest of the vehicle, the payments, and possibly even your ownership? And what if the secret to never worrying about catastrophic engine failure has been hiding in plain sight in specific SUV models that engineers designed to run forever? Most people think all engines are basically the same, that they'll all eventually fail around 150,000 miles, and that high mileage means immediate danger. But that's completely wrong. The truth is that certain SUV engines are engineering masterpieces, built with such precision and overbuilt components that they laugh at the mileage that would kill ordinary engines. These aren't lucky exceptions or well-maintained outliers. These are engines with documented track records of exceptional longevity, backed by millions of real-world miles proving their durability. While some SUV engines start having problems at 80,000 miles, the engines I'm about to reveal are just getting broken in at that point. Today I'm counting down 10 SUV engines that will genuinely last forever with proper maintenance. These are the power plants you want under your hood if you plan to keep your SUV for the long haul. Let's dive in. 10. Honda 3.5L V6 J35. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Honda's legendary 3.5-liter V6, known internally as the J35, an engine that has powered millions of Honda and Acura SUVs to stratospheric mileage without breaking a sweat. This naturally aspirated V6 produces between 250 and 290 horsepower depending on the specific version, powering the Honda Pilot, Passport, Ridgeline, and Acura MDX. The design uses a chain-driven overhead cam system that eliminates timing belt maintenance and potential interference issues. The chain rarely needs replacement and typically lasts the engine's entire life. The block construction uses die-cast aluminum with iron cylinder liners, providing excellent heat dissipation while maintaining durability. What makes the J35 special is its mechanical simplicity combined with Honda's manufacturing quality. There are no complicated direct injection systems, no turbochargers to wear out, and no overly complex electronics to malfunction. Oil consumption has been an issue in some model years, particularly 2008 to 2013, but newer versions routinely exceed 250,000 miles without significant problems. Regular oil changes every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, coolant flushes and basic maintenance are all that's needed. This engine will serve you faithfully past 300,000 miles. 9. GM 5.3L V8, LY5, LC9, L83, L84. At number 9 we have General Motors' 5.3-liter V8, a workhorse engine that powers the Chevrolet Tahoe Suburban, GMC Yukon, and Cadillac Escalade to incredible mileage numbers. The 5.3L V8 produces between 310 and 355 horsepower depending on the generation. The block is cast iron in most versions, providing exceptional durability and resistance to wear. The aluminum cylinder heads reduce weight while maintaining strength. The valve train uses hydraulic roller lifters that are self-adjusting and require no periodic maintenance. Active fuel management initially had some reliability concerns, but GM addressed these issues in later versions. Proper oil change intervals with quality oil largely prevent problems. The cooling system is robust and adequately sized for even the most demanding conditions. Oil capacity is generous at 6 quarts, which helps extend engine life. Common maintenance includes spark plugs every 100,000 miles, oil changes every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, and coolant flushes. Many Tahoes and Suburbans with the 5.3L V8 exceed 300,000 miles with only routine maintenance. 8. Subaru 2.5L Boxer FB25. Coming in at number 8 is Subaru's 2.5-liter naturally aspirated Boxer engine, the FB25, which powers the Forester, Outback, and Crosstrek to impressive mileage with proper maintenance. The Boxer configuration provides several advantages for longevity. The low center of gravity reduces stress on engine mounts, and the balanced design minimizes vibration. The FB25 produces between 170 and 182 horsepower, and the conservative power output means the engine isn't working at its limits during normal driving. The chain-driven timing system eliminates the timing belt maintenance that characterized older Subaru engines. Head gasket issues plagued earlier Boxer engines, But the FB25 largely solved these problems with improved design. The engine uses port fuel injection rather than direct injection, which avoids carbon buildup problems. With regular oil changes every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, coolant maintenance and attention to fluid levels, the FB25 routinely exceeds 200,000 miles without major issues. Many examples surpass 250,000 and even 300,000 miles. 7. Nissan 4.0L V6 VQ40DE. At number 7, we have Nissan's 4.0-liter V6, the VQ40DE, which powers the Frontier, Xterra, and Pathfinder to legendary mileage numbers. The VQ40DE is part of Nissan's award-winning VQ engine family. This 4.0-liter version produces 261 to 270 horsepower. The all-aluminum construction with cast-iron liners combines the best of both materials for durability. The timing chain system is robust and reliable, rarely requiring replacement before 200,000 miles. The powertrain uses overhead cams with direct-acting mechanical bucket lifters that require no adjustment and are extremely durable. The variable valve timing system is relatively simple with fewer components that could fail. Oil changes every 5,000 to 7,500 miles and basic maintenance are all that's required. Many Xterras and Frontiers with the VQ40DE exceed 250,000 miles without major engine work, and some documented examples have surpassed 400,000 miles on original engines. 6. Ford 2.3L EcoBoost second generation. At number 6 is Ford's second-generation 2.3-liter EcoBoost, which powers the Bronco, Ranger, and Explorer to impressive mileage, proving modern turbo engines can be reliable. The second-generation 2.3L EcoBoost produces between 270 and 300 horsepower. The cast-iron block handles the stresses of turbocharging without problems. The turbocharger is sized appropriately, which means it's not working at its limits during normal driving. With proper oil changes using quality synthetic oil, the turbocharger routinely lasts well over 150,000 miles. Oil changes are critical for turbo longevity. The recommendation is every 5,000 miles with quality full synthetic oil, and this schedule should be followed religiously. The cooling system includes oil coolers and an intercooler that must be maintained properly. Common maintenance includes oil changes every 5,000 miles, spark plugs every 60,000 miles, and cooling system service. Many Rangers and Broncos with the second-gen 2.3L EcoBoost are approaching 200,000 miles without major issues. With 5. Lexus Toyota 3.5L V6 2GR-FE, 2GR-FKS. Entering our top 5 at number 5 is Toyota's legendary 3.5-liter V6, the 2GR series, which powers the Lexus RX, GX, Toyota Highlander, and 4Runner to stratospheric mileage. The 2GR produces between 270 and 295 horsepower depending on version. The all-aluminum block with cast-iron liners provides ideal durability. The timing chain system uses a robust chain that rarely needs replacement before 300,000 miles. The powertrain uses dual overhead cams with roller rocker arms that are exceptionally durable. The 2GR FKS version adds direct injection to port injection, preventing carbon buildup while maintaining power and efficiency benefits. Oil consumption is minimal, with most examples using no oil between changes even at high mileage. Maintenance is straightforward. Oil changes every 5,000 to 10,000 miles. Coolant flushes, spark plugs, and air filters. Documented examples of the 2GR exceeding 400,000 and even 500,000 miles are common. 4. Toyota 4.0L V6 1GR-FE. At number 4 is Toyota's bulletproof 4.0-liter V6, the 1GR-FE, which powers the 4Runner, FJ Cruiser, and Tacoma to mileage numbers that seem impossible. The 1GR-FE produces 270 horsepower and 278 libre-foot of torque. The all-aluminum block with cast-iron liners is overbuilt for the power output, with thicker walls and stronger components than necessary. The timing chain system is one of the most robust Toyota has ever produced. The powertrain uses dual overhead cams with direct-acting mechanical bucket tappets that require periodic valve adjustment. While this requires more maintenance than hydraulic systems, the mechanical design is exceptionally durable. The variable valve timing system is simple and reliable. Oil capacity is adequate at 5.5 quarts, and the engine maintains good oil pressure even at high mileage. Maintenance requirements are minimal. Oil changes every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, valve adjustments every 60,000 miles, coolant service and spark plugs. The 1GRFE will serve you for 300,000, 400,000, or even 500,000 miles. 3. Toyota 5.7L V8 3URFE. Breaking into our top 3 at number 3 is Toyota's magnificent 5.7-liter V8, the 3URFE, an engine that powers the Toyota Tundra, Sequoia, and Land Cruiser to mileage numbers that redefine what we expect from internal combustion engines. The 3URFE produces 381 horsepower and 401 lift-foot of torque, providing effortless power for even the heaviest full-size SUVs and trucks. The abundant torque means the engine rarely works hard, cruising at low RPM in normal driving. This relaxed operation is a major contributor to the engine's extraordinary longevity. The all-aluminum block with cast-iron liners uses Toyota's most advanced metallurgy and manufacturing processes. The casting quality is exceptional, with uniform wall thickness and excellent structural integrity. The main bearing supports are massive and provide rock-solid support for the crankshaft, which translates to minimal vibration and wear. The crankshaft is forged steel rather than cast, providing exceptional strength and durability. The counterweights are large and properly balanced, which means the engine runs smoothly throughout its entire life. Crankshaft failures are essentially unknown in this engine, even at extreme mileage or under heavy load. The connecting rods are forged steel with precise bearing journals that maintain excellent tolerances even at high mileage. The pistons use robust rings that maintain good compression and minimize oil consumption for hundreds of thousands of miles. Many 3URFE engines show no measurable cylinder wear at 200,000 miles. The timing chain system uses 2 chains with hydraulic tensioners that maintain proper tension automatically. The chains are massive and durable, and the guides are designed for extreme longevity. Timing chain replacement is almost never necessary, with many engines approaching 400,000 miles without chain service. The dual overhead cam valve train uses roller rocker arms for reduced friction and wear. The valve adjustment is automatic through hydraulic lash adjusters that require no maintenance. The camshafts show minimal lobe wear even at extreme mileage, and valve seat wear is negligible due to the high-quality materials used. The variable valve timing system is sophisticated yet reliable, providing optimal power and efficiency across the RPM range. The system uses oil pressure to actuate cam phasers on both intake and exhaust cams. Failures are rare, and the system continues operating properly for the engine's entire life with regular oil changes. The induction system uses a large, free-flowing intake manifold with variable-length runners for optimal power delivery. The system is simple and reliable, with no complicated electronics or vacuum-operated components to fail. The throttle body is electronically controlled but is robust and rarely requires attention. Cooling system capacity is massive, with a large radiator and substantial coolant capacity. The engine simply doesn't overheat when maintained properly, even under sustained high load and hot climates. The water pump is belt-driven and easily accessed for replacement, though failures are rare before 200,000 miles. Oil capacity is generous at 7.9 quarts, which helps extend oil change intervals and provides excellent protection. The large capacity means the oil stays cleaner longer and provides better protection during cold starts. Oil pressure remains strong even at high mileage, indicating minimal internal wear. Maintenance is straightforward. Oil changes every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, coolant service every 30,000 miles, spark plugs every 120,000 miles, and air filters. These minimal expenses are all that's required. The 3URFE routinely exceeds 300,000 miles without major work, and documented examples approaching 500,000 miles are becoming common. This is simply one of the best engines ever produced. 2. Toyota 4.7L V8 2UZFE. Taking the runner-up position at number 2 is Toyota's legendary 4.7-liter V8, the 2UZFE, an engine so bulletproof that it has achieved mythical status among enthusiasts. The 2UZFE powers the Land Cruiser, Lexus LX 470, Sequoia, Tundra, and Lexus GX 470. This engine produces 235 to 275 horsepower depending on version. The all-aluminum block with cast iron liners represents Toyota's most durable construction. The block walls are thick and heavily reinforced. The crankshaft is forged steel with massive counterweights. Crankshaft failures are essentially unheard of. The connecting rods are forged steel with precise manufacturing. The timing belt system uses a robust belt that requires replacement every 90,000 to 100,000 miles, but failures between services are virtually unknown. The dual overhead cam valve train uses hydraulic lash adjusters that require no adjustment. The variable valve timing system is simple and reliable. The cooling system is exceptionally well designed with massive capacity. Maintenance includes timing belt replacement every 90,000 to 100,000 miles, oil changes every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, coolant service and spark plugs. The 2UZ-FE routinely exceeds 400,000 miles with proper maintenance, and documented examples approaching 600,000 miles exist. 1 Toyota 2.7L inline-4 2TR-FE. And now taking the #1 spot is Toyota's incredibly durable 2.7-liter inline-4, the 2TR-FE. An engine that proves you don't need cylinders or displacement to achieve legendary reliability and longevity. The 2TR-FE powers the Toyota Tacoma, 4Runner, Fortuner, and international market Hilux to mileage numbers that have become legendary worldwide. This engine produces just 159 to 180 horsepower depending on market and year, which seems modest by modern standards. But this conservative power output is precisely why the engine lasts forever. The all-iron block construction provides exceptional durability and resistance to wear. While heavier than aluminum, the iron block can handle abuse that would destroy aluminum engines. The cylinder walls maintain excellent bore finish even past 300,000 miles with minimal wear or scoring. The timing chain system is one of the simplest and most reliable Toyota has ever produced. The chain is robust, the tensioner is reliable, and the guides rarely wear. Timing chain replacement is virtually never necessary, with many engines exceeding 400,000 miles without chain service. The valve train uses a single overhead cam with direct-acting mechanical lifters that require periodic valve adjustment every 60,000 miles. While this is more maintenance than hydraulic systems, the mechanical design is essentially indestructible. The cam lobes show minimal wear even at extreme mileage. The fuel injection system is sequential port injection, avoiding the complexity and carbon buildup problems of direct injection. The fuel injectors are robust and rarely fail, and the fuel system requires minimal maintenance beyond regular filter changes. The cooling system is simple and reliable, with adequate capacity for even hot climates and heavy loads. Overheating is virtually unknown when the system is maintained. The water pump is belt-driven and easy to replace as preventive maintenance. Oil consumption is minimal throughout the engine's life. The piston rings maintain excellent sealing for hundreds of thousands of miles, which is remarkable for an engine this simple and affordable. Oil pressure remains strong even at high mileage, indicating minimal bearing wear. The 2TR-FE is essentially bulletproof when given even minimal maintenance. Oil changes every 5,000 to 10,000 miles. Valve adjustments every 60,000 miles. Coolant service and spark plugs are all that's required. The engine will run forever with this basic care. Documented examples of the 2TR-FE exceeding 500,000 miles are common, particularly in commercial and fleet applications where these engines run constantly. Some examples have surpassed 700,000 miles on original internal components, which is simply extraordinary. The 2TR-FE takes the #1 position because it represents the ultimate in reliability and longevity. It's simple, overbuilt, and virtually indestructible. This is the engine you want if you plan to drive your SUV forever. There you have it, 10 SUV engines that will genuinely last forever with proper maintenance. From the Honda J35 V6 to the legendary Toyota 2TR-FE inline-4, these power plants represent the pinnacle of engine durability and reliability. What separates these engines from the pack is simple: proven designs, quality materials, robust construction, and conservative tuning. These engines aren't chasing maximum horsepower or cutting-edge technology. They're built to run forever, and they deliver on that promise. When shopping for an SUV, pay attention to what's under the hood. Choose one of these 10 engines, maintain it properly, and you'll have an SUV that serves you faithfully for hundreds of thousands of miles. These are the engines that make 300,000 miles look easy and turn 500,000 miles into a realistic goal. Choose wisely, and your engine will outlast everything else.